I'm picking up my bike today, as you guys know, because I've been talking about it for months. It's finally happening today. But first, I'm going to do a photo shoot. I'm photographing a survivor. It will be my 5th portrait session up here in the Portland area before I head back south today. And it's already been so incredible meeting new people and being able to photograph such powerful human beings. So feeling really good, really good about today. It kind of feels like a big day. It's kind of like the kickoff for the whole summer, going 4,000 miles in June.
Hey guys, so we have Lauren's new Scrambler Desert Sled here. This is a great machine, 2-valve air-cooled engine from Ducati, 800cc, long suspension front and rear. Obviously we already have it strapped down in the truck, so it's a little bit shorter, but it does have plenty of ground clearance for any of the adventurers that she's going to be finding on her route around the U.S. We're super stoked to have been able to help her on this project, and I'm very excited to see her progress along the way. Cheers.
Okay, I picked up my bike last week, and I have to be honest, it is such a fun bike to ride. I have to get used to it. It's very tall. It's super tall for me. I can get maybe one tippy-toe down. I'm nervous, of course. I have plotted the route of this trip. I will be doing, I think, like 4,000 miles, maybe a little bit more, through 7 or 8 states. And I wanted to give you guys a little bit of background on why I'm doing this and why this is such a big deal for me. I did a similar ride back in 2016, which was the birth of Ride My Road. And for those of you who aren't familiar with our story, I founded Ride My Road after going through heartbreak. I was going through a divorce, and it was a really kind of a rock bottom moment for me. And as a photographer, I wanted to see if I could go out into the world and photograph other people who were kind of like at rock bottom or who had recovered from rock bottom, and photograph them and see if maybe I could also learn how to heal my heart after experiencing emotional abuse in my marriage. And so Ride My Road really came out of like a very dark place, and I really had no idea that it would take off and become what we are today, which is really exciting. So that origin story started in 2016, and I rode my Ducati Monster 10,000 miles across the United States, and I photographed almost 40 survivors of human trafficking on that route. And they're all American survivors. They come from all walks of life, and I really began to understand that human trafficking exists in every city in America, and it's not just kids locked in cages. That's not what it looks like in our country. And the more time I spent on the road, the more that realization became solidified within me. And when I came off the road, I just really couldn't think of anything else. Like I became kind of obsessed with the notion that nobody's exempt from abuse, that human trafficking happens here, and I wanted to do something about it. So, that's really how Ride My Road was born. When I came off the road from that trip, from the 10,000 miles, I was experiencing a lot of grip issues. I was having like some some damage, and the doctors were telling me it was an overuse injury, and if I just stayed off of the bike for a little while and did my exercises, that my arms would get better. But unfortunately, they just never seemed to heal. I saw an osteopath, and that experience was at first really encouraging. He said, hey, it's like this happens, like we're just going to do steroid injections in both of your elbow joints, and you know, you'll feel better and whatever. Well, I ended up having an adverse reaction to steroids. Those shots ended up atrophying all the fat and tissue in both of my elbow joints, and they caused severe nerve damage. So I spent about 2 years where I couldn't ride a motorcycle. In the first year, I couldn't do basic things like carry cartons of milk or carry plates of food. I couldn't like sleep. I have to sleep like with my arms like crossed in front of me. I couldn't touch my elbows to anything. And it was a really, really challenging time. And there were moments in there when I thought I may never be able to ride a motorcycle again. And that was tough because I had founded this motorcycle charity, and we had been doing events all over the country, and I would just show up to my own events and I couldn't ride. And you know, just a lot of pain, a lot of the nerve damage. Like oftentimes my arms just burn for no reason. I still have grip issues. I have, a lot of things that I could do before I can't do. And so that was tough. So this year going back out on the road is like a real miracle, because I feel like my arms have gotten to a place where if I have the right bike with the right posture, with the right posturing, I'll be able to do this ride. But I really don't know. I'm quite nervous. You know, I've bought this bike, the Desert Sled, and I've booked the trip. I have lined up survivors to photograph in all these states, and I will say I'm a little bit nervous because I'm not sure how my body will hold up. And so I'm getting ready for this trip. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm grateful. I can't believe that I even like can ride after so many years of wondering if I could even do that. So my elbows have healed, not all the way. The fat has returned to about 50%. Again, I still have grip issues and nerve damage, and I don't know. We'll see. But I am grateful to even have this opportunity. And here we go. Wish me luck. Just 2 days till I leave. Bike's looking pretty good. It's almost ready. This afternoon I'll just be gathering up some of my camping gear. I will be camping off of the bike. I just take a tent, a sleeping bag, and my camping mat. I keep it very simple. I never cook off of the back of my bike. I don't even make coffee, so I'm not worried about carrying a lot of extra stuff, but I just want to gather this stuff up and lay it out so we can start getting packed up tomorrow. And then of course, I have all of this extra gear that I won't be taking, but I love all of my jackets here. I think we'll have to do a fashion show. I have so many red jackets that I've been collecting over the years. Some really nice leather Ducati ones. Fashion show? Okay, so to answer some questions about how do I connect with the survivors that I photograph, we partner with the Elevate Academy, and I know you guys have heard of them because we still fundraise for the Elevate Academy. I only photograph graduates of the program because I want to be sure that the survivors that I meet and that I like set in front of my camera have experienced at least some level of healing. Photography can be really triggering for a survivor of human trafficking because many of them were exploited via the camera. So I would never just like meet somebody at random and was like, oh, you're a survivor, let me just take your picture. Like, we have to be really thoughtful around this experience for a survivor. And so that's why we partner with the Elevate Academy. Once I know that they have graduated from a program that is as amazing as Elevate, then we can at least have a little bit of reassurance that it's not going to be just like an incredibly triggering experience for a survivor, because we never ever want to do harm. So what I do when I go on the road is I pick a route, just something that looks fun for me, and then we send out a message to the graduates and we say, hey, if you would like to take up this opportunity of free portrait photography from Ride My Road, just fill out this form, and then they get connected with me. And then from there, we just take it like communicating together via text and email to set up their photo shoot. So everything we do is in partnership with the Elevate Academy on this, and that's why we still continue to raise as much funds as we can for the Elevate Academy, because I get to meet these survivors firsthand. And I photographed like 40, and after this trip I'll probably have photographed close to 80 Elevate graduates, and I'm just constantly reminded the impact of this program. So that's how I meet the survivors. I did want to mention that on this route, I will not be showing the survivors on the YouTube. That's not what this YouTube is for. This YouTube is really just to kind of let you guys know what it's like for me to be on the road, what it's like to be a single woman on the road, how I camp, what I pack, what I'm up to, and then I hope to sprinkle in a little bit of information on human trafficking. So yeah, I just want to be really clear that we're not going to be highlighting survivor stories on here or anything like that. What we do with the survivors is private to them, and we would never share that stuff. So now you guys know what to expect when I go on the road. The date is approaching. The photo shoots are lined up. My bike's been running great. We had to make a few modifications. The kickstand, like I couldn't reach it, is too short, so we had to put like a little like a little extension, a little extender onto the kickstand so that my toe can actually reach it, and put a windscreen, a tiny little windscreen, but I'll be showing you guys all of that stuff. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, because like I mentioned before, because of my arms, here they are, by the way, I didn't know if I'd ever be able to ride again, and it's happening. It's happening. So thanks for following along. Are you ready? I'm getting there.
But Lauren was not getting there. She would spend the entirety of the day packing, unpacking, repacking, and packing again until all that was left was her sleeping bag that wouldn't fit anywhere.
Well, it's nighttime and I'm still out here trying to pack the bike, but I'm really close. So wish me luck and good night.